Hello fans! Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today, we will dive deep into the latest dramatic developments unfolding in Port Charles on Wednesday, July 9th. From heated confrontations to heartbreaking dilemmas, the residents of this beloved town are facing challenges that will keep us on the edge of our seats. Let's explore the tangled web of emotions and secrets as Brooklyn Quartermain stands her ground, Ava Jerome grapples with a personal crisis, Sasha Gilmore faces unimaginable turmoil, and more. Buckle up for an in-depth look at the chaos and intrigue that define life at General Hospital, complete with fresh insights and added layers of storytelling to heighten the suspense. Brooklyn Quartermain, unyielding in the face of conflict. In a fiery turn of events, Brooklyn Quartermain proves she's not one to back down from a fight. After a shocking altercation with Lulu Spencer, where Brooklyn found herself on the receiving end of a surprising blow, she refuses to let the incident slide. Instead, she transforms her frustration into raw and filtered honesty. In a charged moment captured in the latest promo, Brooklyn doesn't just defend herself, she goes on the offensive, accusing Lulu of hypocrisy with a razor-sharp tongue. She points out the glaring double standards in Lulu's moral compass, leaving no room for excuses. It's a confrontation that's been brewing for far too long, and Brooklyn's boldness in calling out Lulu's contradictions is nothing short of captivating. What makes this clash even more intriguing is the backstory that fuels their animosity. Fans of the show have long speculated about the unresolved tension between these two fierce women, and it's clear that past betrayals continue to haunt their relationship. Lulu's justifications for her actions, claiming life's chaos prevented honesty, fall flat when scrutinized. Brooklyn, with her characteristic wit, reminds everyone that if Lulu and Dante Falconeri truly prioritized their son's well-being, they would have cleared their ages ago. Instead, Lulu's obsession with digging into Brooklyn's past for vengeance reveals a vindictive streak that clashes with her self-righteous attitude. Adding fuel to the fire, Brooklyn subtly references Lulu's willingness to forgive the mastermind behind a scheme that once targeted Dante, a scheme Brooklyn was merely a pawn in. This layered conflict showcases not only Brooklyn's resilience but also the complex moral dilemmas that define Port Charles. As viewers, we can't help but root for Brooklyn's fearless stand, even as we wonder if this confrontation will deepen the rift between the two forever. Ava Jerome, a crisis of heart and strategy. Meanwhile, Ava Jerome finds herself navigating a storm of her own making. Caught in a web of conflicting emotions and calculated moves, she turns to her longtime confidant, Nina Reeves, for guidance. The latest teasers suggest that Cody Bell is intensifying his efforts to disrupt Ava's connection with Rick Lansing, creating a ripple effect that leaves her unsettled. A fleeting but telling moment in the promo shows Ava and Cody in a tense exchange, hinting at unresolved feelings or unspoken truths. Is Ava questioning her decisions, torn between personal desires and strategic alliances? Whatever the case, her need for Nina's counsel speaks volumes about the weight of her predicament. Delving deeper into Ava's mindset, it's evident that her current turmoil is a culmination of past mistakes and present ambitions. She's always been a master manipulator, but even the most cunning players can falter when emotions come into play. As she pours her heart out to Nina, we imagine a conversation steeped in vulnerability, a rare glimpse into Ava's softer side. Nina, having endured her own share of romantic missteps, particularly with Drew Kane, might offer a cautionary tale. Years ago, Ava urged Nina to embrace transparency, advice Nina ignored to her detriment. Now, with the roles reversed, will Nina push Ava to confront her truths before it's too late? Their dynamic, built on a history of rivalry and reluctant friendship, adds a fascinating layer to this storyline. We can't help but speculate if Ava will heed Nina's wisdom or if her penchant for control will lead her down a darker path, especially with Cody's machinations threatening to unravel her carefully curated life. Rocco's quest for answers, turning to Jason Morgan. Shifting focus to the younger generation, Rocco Falconeri finds himself grappling with revelations that shake the foundation of his world. The truth about his family, recently unearthed, leaves him with more questions than answers. Caught between confusion and a desire for clarity, Rocco hesitates to approach his parents, Dante and Lulu, fearing their responses might be clouded by guilt or evasion. Instead, he seeks out Jason Morgan, a figure known for his stoic strength and quiet wisdom in Port Charles. Jason's unique position, having shared a close bond with the late Brit Westbourne, makes him a trusted source for Rocco, someone who can offer perspective without judgment. This unexpected alliance between Rocco and Jason opens up a treasure trove of storytelling possibilities. Jason, ever the protector, is likely to handle Rocco's inquiries with the utmost discretion, understanding the boy's need for a safe space to process his feelings. Picture a heartfelt scene at the docks, where Jason listens intently as Rocco pours out his uncertainties under the dim glow of streetlights, a poignant contrast to the chaos of Port Charles. Yet, Jason's growing rapport with Dante complicates matters. While he values Rocco's trust, he might gently nudge the young boy to open up to his parents, emphasizing the importance of family despite the pain of past secrets. This subplot not only highlights Jason's role as a grounding force but also underscores the generational impact of the Falconeri family choices. Will Rocco find the answers he seeks, or will this journey deepen his sense of isolation? Only time will tell, but this narrative thread promises emotional depth and quiet intensity. Sasha Gilmore's heart-wrenching ordeal. Finally, we turn to Sasha Gilmore, whose world is shattered by a devastating discovery. The disappearance of baby Daisy sends shockwaves through her life, plunging her into a state of panic and despair. In a desperate bid for support, Sasha confides in Michael Corinthos, whose determination to help is as fierce as ever. With his vast resources and unyielding resolve, Michael vows to leave no stone unturned in the search for Daisy. The involvement of Sonny Corinthos, with his extensive network and protective instincts, adds another layer of urgency to the mission. Together, they form a formidable team, driven by a shared commitment to bring Daisy home. This heartbreaking storyline taps into the rawest of human emotions: fear, loss, and the unrelenting hope of reunion. Imagine Sasha, overwhelmed by grief, pacing the halls of the Corinthos estate as Michael coordinates with private investigators late into the night. The tension is palpable as every lead, no matter how small, is pursued with fervor. Sonny, though hardened by years of conflict, reveals a tender side as he consoles Sasha, perhaps reflecting on his own experiences as a father. The addition of small, vivid details like Sasha clutching a tiny stuffed toy that once comforted Daisy amplifies the emotional stakes, drawing viewers into her pain. Beyond the immediate crisis, this arc raises questions about the forces behind Daisy's disappearance. Is this a random tragedy, or does it tie into the larger undercurrents of danger that permeate Port Charles? As Sasha, Michael, and Sonny band together, their journey will test the limits of their strength and expose the vulnerabilities that make them so relatively human. Next, we will uncover the spine-chilling mystery that has gripped Port Charles this week on GH, as Sasha Corbin faces a parent's worst nightmare. The July 7th episode delivers a gut-wrenching twist when Sasha discovers her beloved baby, Daisy Gilmore, is missing from the Quartermain nursery. What unfolds is a tangled web of suspicion, eerie occurrences, and a desperate search for answers. Join us as we delve into this emotional roller coaster, exploring the haunting details of Daisy's disappearance, the unsettling incidents leading up to it, and the roster of suspects who might be behind this heart-wrenching crime. With added layers of drama and new elements woven into the narrative, prepare for a deep dive into the chaos and intrigue that define life at General Hospital. Sasha's shocking discovery, a mother's nightmare, begins. In a moment that stops time, Sasha Corbin steps into the Quartermain mansion's nursery expecting to see her infant daughter, Daisy Gilmore, resting peacefully. Instead, her world shatters as she stares into an empty crib. The silence of the room is deafening, pierced only by Sasha's stifled gasp as panic sets in. This terrifying discovery on July 7th marks the beginning of an agonizing journey for Sasha, whose life has already been marred by relentless emotional turmoil. The GH writers have once again chosen to test her resilience, plunging her into an abyss of fear and uncertainty. Who could have taken sweet Daisy, and why? The question looms large, casting a shadow over the entire Quartermain household as Sasha grapples with the unimaginable. Beyond the initial shock, picture the scene unfolding with Ryan Sasha frantically searching every corner of the nursery, her hands trembling as she clutches Daisy's favorite blanket, a soft blue piece adorned with tiny stars, hoping for any sign of her child. Her cries echo through the grand halls, drawing the attention of concerned family members who rush to her side. The pain of that moment is compounded by Sasha's haunting memory of a recent hospital mix-up shortly after Daisy's birth, when she was briefly handed the wrong baby. That fleeting error now feels like a sinister omen, amplifying her dread that something far darker is at play. Has someone been targeting Daisy all along, or is this a cruel twist of fate? As Sashas' desperation mounts, viewers are left to ponder the sinister forces lurking in Port Charles, waiting to strike at the most vulnerable. Unexplained incidents, signs of a stalker in the shadows. Leading up to Daisy's disappearance, a series of bizarre and unsettling events at the Quartermain mansion hinted at an unseen presence. Sasha had brushed off these oddities as mere forgetfulness, blaming her scattered mind on the exhaustion of new motherhood. One peculiar incident involved a carton of milk mysteriously moving from the refrigerator to a cupboard shelf, despite Sasha's vivid recollection of placing it in the fridge herself. She laughed it off as baby brain, but the unease lingered. Another chilling moment came when she noticed Daisy's outfit had inexplicably changed. Sasha had dressed her daughter in a cheerful yellow onesie with little duck patterns in the morning, only to find her later in a pink one with frilly edges, a change she never made. These seemingly trivial discrepancies now take on a menacing tone in hindsight, suggesting someone has been watching, waiting, and manipulating the environment with sinister intent. Imagine the creeping dread Sasha must have felt, even subconsciously, as these events piled up. Perhaps late at night, she'd heard faint creaks in the sprawling mansion, dismissing them as old house noises, only to now wonder if they were footsteps of an intruder. The nursery, once a sanctuary of soft lullabies and pastel decor, now feels like a stage for a hidden predator. Could someone have been inside, handling Daisy's belongings, altering her surroundings as a cruel game of control? The thought sends chills down the spine, painting a picture of a calculated stalker who has been biding their time. These eerie precursors not only heighten the stakes of Daisy's kidnapping but also deepen the mystery of who could harbor such malice towards Sasha or the Quartermain family. As we piece together these disturbing clues, it's clear that this is no random Aximione with a vendetta or twisted motive is pulling the strings. The prime suspect, Jen Sidwell, and the mob war threat. As suspicions swirl, one name rises to the top of the list of potential culprits, Jen Sidwell, a dangerous figure embroiled in a brewing mob war with Sonny Corinthos. Sidwell's ruthless tactics are well known in Port Charles, and recent events suggest he's willing to play dirty to send a message to his rival. His involvement in the arson at Charlie's bar on Act meant to intimidate Sonny, which tragically nearly cost Christina Corinthos Davis her life, demonstrates his penchant for extreme measures. While it's hard to believe Sidwell would directly harm a child, the idea of him orchestrating Daisy's kidnapping as a power play isn't far-fetched. Perhaps he sees taking Daisy as a way to strike at Sonny's family indirectly, knowing the emotional devastation it would cause. Digging deeper, envision a tense scene where Sidwell, cloaked in the shadows of a dimly lit warehouse, instructs a trusted henchman to carry out the abduction with precision, ensuring no harm comes to the child yet maximizing the psychological blow to the Corinthos clan. His cold, calculated demeanor contrasts with the warmth of Daisy's nursery, highlighting the clash between Port Charles' criminal underworld and the innocence of family life. Sidwell might even believe he's above reproach, assuming Sonny wouldn't dare retaliate over a child's temporary disappearance. But with Sonny now out for blood after the bar incident, this act could ignite an all-out war, with Daisy caught in the crossfire. The stakes couldn't be higher, and Sidwell's potential role in this tragedy adds a layer of gritty danger to an already heartbreaking story. Unexpected culprits, hidden motives, and past grudges. Beyond Sidwell, a roster of less obvious suspects emerges, each with their own compelling motives for targeting Daisy. First, there's Gladys Corbin, Sasha's once trusted mother-in-law whose betrayal still stings. Exiled by Sonny in 2023 after draining Sasha's finances to fuel her gambling addiction and orchestrating Sasha's harrowing ordeal at Ferncliff, Gladys has little left to lose. Desperate for funds to sustain her extravagant tastes, could she have resorted to kidnapping Daisy for ransom, knowing the Quartermain family's vast wealth? Or perhaps her grief over losing her son, Brando Corbin, and grandson, Liam, has twisted into a delusional need to reclaim a child to fill that void, seeing Daisy as a surrogate for her lost family. Then there's Nell Benson, a ghost from the past whose supposed death in 2020 falling over a cliff might not be the end of her story. Soaps thrive on miraculous returns, and Nell's obsessive hatred for Michael Corinthos could have driven her to resurface with vengeance in mind. Imagine her lurking in the shadows of Port Charles, her deranged mind fixated on destroying Michael's new life with Sasha and Daisy by stealing their child as the ultimate act of retribution. Her survival could be explained by a mysterious rescuer or sheer willpower, adding a dramatic twist to her potential return. Lastly, Willow Tate emerges as an unlikely but plausible suspect. Reeling from a recent courtroom loss of custody over her children, Wiley and Amelia Corinthos, Willow's mental state appears fragile. A public breakdown during the legal battle hints at deeper psychological struggles. Could she, in a moment of irrationality, have taken Daisy as a way to punish Michael for the custody outcome or to fill the aching gap left by her own children's absence? Picture Willow, haunted by loneliness, slipping into the Quartermain mansion under the cover of night, her actions driven by a broken heart rather than malice. Each of these suspects Gladys, no, and Willow brings a unique flavor of personal pain or vendetta to the table, making the mystery of Daisy's disappearance even more complex. The desperate search, Sasha and Michael's unyielding resolve. As the search for Daisy intensifies, Sasha and Michael Corinthos unite in their frantic mission to bring their daughter home. Their shared anguish fuels a relentless determination, with Michael tapping into every resource at his disposal from private investigators to influential Quartermain connections. Sonny Corinthos, fiercely protective of his family, joins the effort, his underworld ties offering a different kind of reach into Port Charles' darkest corners. Together, they form an unbreakable front, combing through every lead, no matter how faint, with a blend of hope and raw desperation that tugs at the heartstrings of every viewer. Visualize late-night strategy sessions at the Corinthos compound, where maps and surveillance footage litter the table as Sasha, eyes red from sleepless nights, clings to a small toy of Daisy's, a plush bunny with a worn ear for comfort. Michael's voice, usually steady, cracks as he pleads with contacts over the phone, while Sonny, hardened by years of conflict, softens just enough to offer Sasha a reassuring hand on her shoulder. Recalling his own fears as a father, the tension is palpable with every dead end, yet their resolve never wavers. Will their combined efforts uncover the truth behind Daisy's abduction, or will the shadowy figure behind this crime stay one step ahead? This emotional quest not only showcases the strength of family bonds but also sets the stage for explosive revelations as the layers of this mystery peel back. Next, we will explore a surprising and heartfelt update from the world of Port Charles as Kirsten Storms, the beloved actress behind Maxie Jones, shares a life-changing announcement that has left fans buzzing with curiosity and emotion. In a recent Instagram video, Storms revealed her decision to relocate from the bustling streets of Los Angeles to the vibrant city of Nashville, Tennessee, marking a significant personal transition. This move, while exciting for the actress, raises questions about her future on General Hospital, where she recently celebrated an incredible 20-year milestone as Maxie. Join us as we dive into the details of her announcement, the logistics of balancing her career with this major life change, and what this means for the character of Maxie in the months ahead. With fresh perspectives and added layers to this story, let's unpack this pivotal moment in Storm's journey. A bold new chapter. Kirsten Storms moved to Nashville. Kirsten Storms, known to millions as the dynamic and endearing Maxie Jones on General Hospital, dropped a bombshell on her fans via a candid Instagram video posted on Monday night. With a bright smile and palpable excitement, she shared her decision to uproot her life from the entertainment hub of Los Angeles to the music-filled streets of Nashville, Tennessee. "I'm absolutely thrilled to call Tennessee my new home," she captioned the post, which quickly garnered hundreds of supportive comments from her dedicated followers. This relocation marks a bold and inspiring chapter for Storms, who has spent 2 decades weaving her magic into the fabric of Port Charles. Her announcement isn't just about a change of scenery, it's a testament to her desire for personal growth and a fresh start in a city known for its warm southern charm and creative energy. Beyond the surface of this exciting news, imagine Storms packing up memories from her Los Angeles home, perhaps lingering over mementos from her early days on set, old scripts, photos with co-stars, and fan letters that have accumulated over 20 years. Nashville, with its rolling hills and vibrant cultural scene, offers a stark contrast to the fast-paced Hollywood lifestyle she's known for so long. Fans can picture her exploring local cafes along Music Row or strolling through Centennial Park with her family, embracing a slower, more grounded rhythm. This move isn't just a physical journey, it's an emotional one, reflecting Storm's courage to step into the unknown while carrying the love of her GH family with her. Her enthusiasm shines through in every word of her video, inviting viewers to celebrate this milestone alongside her, even as we wonder how this shift will ripple through her professional life. Balancing act, Storm's commitment to General Hospital. In her heartfelt video, Storms didn't shy away from addressing the elephant in the room, how this cross-country move might impact her role on General Hospital. She opened up about a pivotal conversation with executive producer Frank Valentini, laying bare her reasons for relocating while expressing a deep desire to remain part of the GH family. "I was upfront about why I wanted to make this change, but also about how much I didn't want to leave the show," she shared with sincerity. In an industry where such relocations often lead to contract terminations or recasting, Storms was met with remarkable support. She marveled at the show's willingness to accommodate her, describing their flexibility as truly amazing and a rare gesture in the often rigid world of television production. Delving deeper into this arrangement, consider the behind-the-scenes negotiations that likely unfolded. Storms might have sat across from Valentini in a quiet office on the GH set, surrounded by storyboards and the faint echo of rehearsal scenes, pouring her heart out about needing a change for personal reasons, perhaps tied to family, wellness, or a longing for a different lifestyle. The trust and respect built over 2 decades likely played a role in GH's decision to work with her rather than let her go. Imagine the relief and gratitude washing over her as Valentini assured her of their commitment, possibly brainstorming innovative filming schedules or remote options to keep Maxie's spirit alive on screen. This level of collaboration speaks volumes about the bond between Storms and the GH team, turning what could have been a career crossroads into a bridge to a new future. For fans, it's a comforting reminder that Maxie's essence won't vanish from Port Charles, even if her presence might feel different for a while. A temporary goodbye. Storm's break from filming. Storms also revealed a significant detail about her immediate plans. She's requested time off from General Hospital to settle into her new life in Nashville. Her last taping day for the year took place just a couple of weeks prior to her announcement, signaling a temporary hiatus from the set. "I most likely won't be back for the remainder of the year," she explained, pinpointing a potential return sometime in late November or December at the earliest. This break allows her the space to establish roots in Tennessee, from unpacking boxes to finding the perfect local haunts, all while adjusting to a new environment far from the familiar Hollywood backdrop. For viewers, this means Maxie's storyline will take a backseat or be portrayed differently in the coming months, creating a bittersweet void in our weekly dose of Port Charles drama. Visualize Storms on her final taping day, filming an emotional scene as Maxie, perhaps bidding farewell to a loved one on screen while mirroring her own real-life goodbye to the set for now. Picture her hugging co-stars like Bradford Anderson Spinelli or Kelly Monaco Sam, promising to stay in touch as crew members offer warm wishes for her new adventure. The hiatus isn't just about logistics, it's a chance for Storms to recharge and immerse herself in Nashville's charm, maybe even drawing inspiration from its storytelling culture for future GH arcs. Meanwhile, fans might notice subtle nods to Maxie's absence in the show, perhaps through mentions of her visiting family out of town or focusing on a personal project. This temporary departure adds a layer of anticipation to her return, as we wonder how Maxie will re-enter the chaos of Port Charles with fresh energy shaped by Storm's experiences in her new home. Maxie's changing face, the legacy of Recasts. With Storm stepping away for the remainder of the year, it's almost certain that Maxie Jones will undergo a temporary transformation in appearance. Storms herself acknowledged this likelihood, given her history of being briefly replaced by talented actresses during past absences. Most recently, Nicole Paggi stepped into Maxie's shoes, bringing her own flair to the role, just as she did in 2023 when Storms needed a break. Over the years, other notable performers, including Days of Our Lives veterans Jen Lilly and Molly Burnett, have also taken on the challenge of portraying Maxie, each adding a unique spin to the character's vibrant personality. This tradition of recasting ensures that Maxie's presence in General Hospital remains unbroken, even as Storms focuses on her personal transition. Let's paint a picture of how these recasts weave into the fabric of GH history. Imagine Nicole Paggi, with her expressive eyes and nuanced delivery, slipping back into Maxie's world, perhaps tackling a dramatic confrontation at the Metro Court with the same fiery spirit Storms embodies. Fans might recall Jen Lilly's stint, where her heartfelt portrayal of Maxie's vulnerability during a crisis resonated deeply, or Molly Burnett's energetic take on Maxie's scheming side, bringing a playful edge to her antics. Each actress, while distinct, carries forward the essence of Maxie, a mix of sass, heart, and resilience that Storm's originally crafted over 20 years. For longtime viewers, these temporary shifts are a fascinating study in how a character can evolve through different lenses while staying true to her core. As we await Storm's return, these interim portrayals will keep Maxie's story alive, sparking debates and nostalgia among the GH community about which interpretation captured her best during this unique period. Looking ahead, Storm's future and Maxie's journey. As Kirsten Storms embarks on this exciting relocation to Nashville, her fans are left with a mix of emotions: joy for her new beginning and a tinge of longing for her familiar presence on General Hospital. Her commitment to the show, paired with the production team's extraordinary support, ensures that this move won't spell the end of Maxie Jones' adventures in Port Charles. Whether through a temporary recast or a carefully crafted storyline explaining her absence, Maxie will remain a vital piece of the GH puzzle until Storms returns. Potentially refreshed and inspired by her time in Tennessee, the earliest window for her comeback, late November or December, offers a glimmer of hope for a holiday reunion with the character we've grown to love through Storm's iconic performance. Envision the possibilities awaiting Storms upon her return: a reinvigorated Maxie stepping off a plane at Port Charles Airport, her suitcase packed with stories from Nashville that spill into witty banter with friends like Spinelli or Nina. Perhaps her time away will infuse her character with a newfound perspective, deepening Maxie's already complex layers as she navigates the next big drama. Storms might even draw from her real-life experiences, channeling the warmth of Southern hospitality or the soulful tunes of Music City into Maxie's dialogue, adding an authentic spark to her scenes. Until that day, the GH landscape will feel a little emptier without Storm's infectious energy, but the promise of her return keeps the flame of anticipation burning bright. So, stay tuned to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel for more updates on Kirsten Storms and Maxie's evolving story. What do you think about her move? And who's your favorite Maxie recast? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep the conversation going.